Here we are, guys, Kentucky Lake. This lake has been world famous for crappie since before my time. We are going out tomorrow with Doug Wynn of Crappie Gills and More. We're going to pull some crankbaits right here on Kentucky Lake. I'm excited about it, guys. Let's get to it.
How's it going, man?
Hey, man, how are you?
Oh, man, I'm doing great. We're going fishing.
Welcome to Kentucky Lake.
This will be the first show we've ever not done in my boat.
Yep.
I want to see how somebody does this that does it for a living.
Yeah, I do it every day. You're going to be fishing out of a machine. It's a whole lot different than what most people fish out of.
Oh, it's totally different.
And it's big, and you know, it's set up nice. It's extremely comfortable.
Well, it's definitely different. This is going to be a treat for me.
I think you'll like it. Welcome aboard.
Let's go catch some fish, man.
I've spent most of my life chasing. Chasing success, chasing money, chasing respect. Truth is, nothing has brought me joy like being right here on the water. Rod in hand, hook on the line, chasing crappie. I am a crappie angler. These are our stories, and this is On the Hook.
Today, a couple of the rods we're going to be running, we're going to be using these number 3 offshore tackle tadpole diving weights. And we've got about 4 feet of leader back. That's a Pico square bill. I think we got a flicker shad on the other side. I run these where I can drop them right off the side of the boat. This is the first bait that the fish see. Now this tadpole, the way it works, when it's in the water, it's in this attitude. That's the diving attitude. But if I go to set the hook on a fish, boom, it comes up here. So all I've got is a static weight. I'm not fighting the diving part of it. And these are great because when I'm running like this, I want my bait to be at the depth of tadpole. I set my depth with the tadpole instead of with the bait.
And that's why you use the square bill,
exactly.
So it's not constantly trying to pull
exactly.
down.
You know, if you use a deep diving bait, you know, a 300 banded or a Pico INT, they're gonna run below your tadpole. And I'm watching my down image. I'm seeing what level the fish are at, and I'm adjusting my depth on these.
So you can put it right down there in front of their face.
Now the number 3 tadpole is not on the precision trolling data app, but the number 1 and number 2 are, and I use them a lot behind planer boards.
So it'll tell you exactly how deep you are, or how many feet of line
how much line out, how deep that tadpole is. Yeah.
Okay, how much does that weigh?
It's about 3 ounces.
Probably 3 ounces?
It's a number 3, but I must say you're probably looking at 3 ounces.
Okay.
And it works really good. It works actually better than a static weight because you get the diving attitude. And
now I see you've got a snap swivel on this end, but just the claps on the other end.
Yeah, when you buy them, they come with these clips, and I tie straight to the clip, and then I use my snap swivel there on the bait.
And the snap swivels
it's to keep from line twist. Exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. How many rods are we going to be running with the tadpoles? 2 rods.
We'll be running off each side.
Right here in front.
And if I mention dropper rods, that's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
You know, these dropper rods.
Well, you think about it, downrigger, straight down.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, good deal.
You know, it's the first bait the fish see, plus I can adjust my depth, you know, with these and run the bait right in the fish's face.
Okay, good deal. Let's drop that thing in.
Let's do it. I'm running an 8-pound leader back to the bait. That way, if I do hang up, I'm less likely to lose everything. Got him?
Yep.
Just lay that one down. There you go. That's what we're after. Just sliding. All right.
There we go. Doug put us right on a track to barely hit the points coming in and out of the mouth of this bay, and we was able to put one in the boat. A good size eating fish here on Kentucky Lake. It's good and healthy, and we're gonna keep it that way.
On the Hook is presented by Crappie Monster in partnership with All Aboard Marine, HH Rods and Reels, PTG Outdoors, and JB's Fish Sauce.
I've been there. I've actually put mine on plane a couple of times with that trolling motor down.
Me too.
All right, right now, guys, we are setting in 17.6 feet of water. We've got the rods out. We're experimenting with depth. Doug is keeping a good eye on the fish, and looks like they're about on the bottom down through here.
Yeah.
We're in a bay, and it's going to shallow up the further we go back. So we've got our rod set. We are in motion. We fishing.
Yeah, I spend 2/3 of my day watching my down image and my side image. A lot of times, if I see structure, a stake bed or something that I don't have waypoint, I'm running waypoints. That's how I get a lot of my waypoints. This school of shad. Look at them over here.
Oh yeah,
Just a cloud of shad.
he's got his side scan on while we're trolling, so he can look for structure, look for balls of bait fish. And right now there was a massive ball of bait fish,
About 40 feet.
about 40 feet. We missed that one a little bit, but we didn't know it was there, and we wouldn't have known it was there if he hadn't had his side scan on to have a eye out for stuff that we might be able to catch fish off of. I have to get my eyes adjusted to the size of the fish on that thing. That looks like a few crappie to me.
Yeah.
Them four right there.
Yeah, exactly.
They go from 9 foot to 14 foot. You got any of yours up shallow? I'll run this one to 70, just to throw it a little bit deeper.
This one's, I've got it at 50. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna run it up to about 40 and run it. Of course, we got the droppers, so you know they're running. They're probably only running 12 feet deeper. So, in fact, I may bring this dropper up to 10.
Yeah, it's
And run
some
it.
of them. There's one at 11 foot deep.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good structure back in here.
I've caught a lot of fish out of here. My clients love it when we come to the LBL because it's so quiet. I tell them, I said, listen, what do you hear?
Nothing.
You hear nothing. You know, you don't have any of the noise from the resorts, and you know, you'll occasionally get some recreational boats in here, but LBL it just sort of lets you reset your head, you know, get in here where it's quiet, and usually got a lot of wildlife around. We just saw a bald eagle.
The LBL means land between the lakes. If you're on Kentucky Lake, it's going to be on your east bank. If you're on Barkley, it'll be on your west bank. There's not a lot of good ramps on land between the lakes.
Not for a big boat.
Not for a big boat,
Yeah.
anyways. So you get away from the hustle and bustle. Over here, I feel like I'm in the country. Over there, I feel like I'm in the city.
Now, as we get shallower back here, if I see one of the poles jump, normally that means it's bounced off of a stump, it's bounced off of a stake bed. But I'm also gonna run it up just a little bit. I don't want to be dredging the bottom and losing big numbers of crankbaits. I lose enough as it is. But, it may be a big crappie.
I thought it was a white bass there a minute ago. Oh, it's crappie. It's good one too.
Yeah, it's a good fish. Oh yeah. Right to the net. There we go. All right.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about right there. Yes, sir. That's just a good, healthy, probably close to 12-inch or so fish, 12 and a half.
Yep. Yep. Good fish.
Sir.
Take those all day long.
All day long.
On the Hook is presented by Crappie Monster in partnership with Cornfield Fishing Gear, Guthrie Tackle, Skinny Water Marine, and Red Gold.
One setting up on top of that.
Setting right up on top of that brush pile.
That's usually an active fish.
That's what I tell people. I don't care what kind of electronics they're looking at, whether it's down or side or any electric.
Sonar.
Yeah, forward-facing sonar. If you've got that lollipop sitting on top of a stick or a brush pile, that's generally your active fish. And most of the time, they'll bite just about anything you put in front of them.
Yep. The crankbait bite is the aggressive fish bite, you know, and if you got fish that are in a negative mood, and sometimes it feels like you can hook them, you know, you can snag them and them not bite the bait. His eyes were bigger than his belly.
Yep, his eyes were definitely bigger than that belly. Now tell me that a small fish won't eat a big bait.
There you go. Get him.
Got him. Got one.
Got him?
Yep.
Just lay up and down. There you go. That's what we're after. Just sliding.
All right, there we go. Good whitefish. We just tucked inside of this mouth because out in the center they weren't wanting to bite.
They're packing up with these shad. You can see how much shad we've had all day. Man, it's been stacked up.
There's been shad everywhere today. Now this right here is about what you're after guiding, right? Have you come out here guiding?
Well, I mean, I'm always after 16 inches.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean,
and it happens sometimes. A lot of times it doesn't happen, you know. But yeah, I mean, that's keeper fish. That's a good eater. The people go home happy. They've got fish in the bag.
all right, baby doll. I ain't gonna Jimmy Houston you or nothing, but you going back. Dang, it touched the water and was gone.
Yeah, oh yeah. I've caught them on hellbenders, you know, that are like 6 and 7 inches. That's something I did a few years ago. I dug through my old tackle, all of Dad's old tackle and everything, and I dug out a bunch of stuff that was all beat up, and I repainted it, and some of them were hellbenders. And you know, hellbenders, the big ones are that long.
Yeah.
I've caught crappie on those. I might not have caught 6-inch crappie on them, but. Another one.
Well, it ain't like that one caught a bunch of fish.
Yeah, well,
It done past the 5-minute rule, right?
oh yeah.
Way past. That is a fish. Oh, he's gonna wrap that rod up. Let me jump on the other side over there. Oh, there's another one. No, that's fish. Here you go. Whichever one you want. It's a big one too.
I will say, I wish I could paint. Look at the purples and the blues and these things. They got absolute gorgeous iridescent colors on them.
There ain't no telling what you're gonna catch on them crankbaits.
Nope, anything that'll eat a minnow, eat a crankbait. That one on, there you go, there he is. That one had 52 lines. Like it's coming up.
It's coming up, so that's a good. Oh, I got one.
Drum. Yours is a crappie.
Yeah, mine's crappie.
Yeah. Which hole? Okay.
One at a time is too easy, the man said.
I've done that with up to 4. Yeah, mine's the wrong species, but when you're pulling crankbaits, you're going to catch everything in the lake. But that's a nice crappie there.
That there, he might have been caught before. He kind of stub nosed there, that top lip.
Yep. Yep. They're about the same size, but they're definitely different species. I caught a drum yesterday, like this white drum here. Caught one that was probably 15 pounds out here.
On the Hook is presented by Crappie Monster in partnership with Yamaha, Avid Boats, and Red River Marine.
Running 1.7, 1.8 miles an hour, and I typically run my motor on autopilot, legacy, and I run it on cruise control. It really helps me, you know, where the motor will speed up if I turn around into the wind. But my go-to speed doing this is usually around 1.7. Sometimes in 58, 60 degree water, I'll slow down to 1.4. It just depends on what the fish are after. I will run these crankbaits until this water temperature, which is 78 degrees right now. I'll run the cranks until the water gets down almost 60 degrees. I'm still catching aggressive fish, and then I will change over to long lining with road runners and swim jigs, stuff like that.
Okay, so the setup right now, our number 1 rod is shorter than the next one, but that's only, yeah.
There we go. Oh, I can feel the bait.
Doggone it.
That hit twice, didn't it?
It hit twice.
These fish are short striking. We're seeing a lot of times these rods are snapping. If you run up on a stake bed or something, most of the time these rods will slow load back. But that snap is a fish hitting that bait, and they're short striking on a lot of these baits.
So what we got, our number 1 rod is shorter because it has a tadpole, so it's more straight down under the boat. But then you always go with your longest to your shortest from outside going in. So 2 is longer than rod 3, which is longer than rod 4. And we also stagger the lines out. Generally speaking, I always run my farthest out in the center and then shallow up as we come forward. The line of thinking there is we're running
That
this.
one just got bit.
We're running this boat over the top of the fish, and they're going to spread out or they're going to go down to try to run away from the boat. So if they go out, they'll hit our longer rods, which are more shallow. If they go straight out, if they go straight to the bottom and get away from us, our longer rods dead center are running deeper. And that'll also keep us from getting tangled up when Doug's making one of his spins.
The big thing with this, you're not going to make close, tight turns. You've got to make wide, sweeping turns, and the more you do it, you will, if you watch your lines and your lines are starting to come around to the side, you're turning too sharp. You need to straighten up, let your lines all run just like they are now. You can make a sweeping turn, and these lines, these baits will stay right in the order that they are now.
There's another good fish, man.
Oh yeah, that's what we need.
That right there is what you come after down here
It
now.
is.
This is the first one that I've seen that's starting to pike on a belly.
Oh, I've caught some out here the last couple of weeks that look like pre-spawn fish, seriously.
And he's
They're
real
guts.
slimy, just
Yep.
like that other one.
Yep. Good deal.
Guys, we've had a great time here on Kentucky Lake today. We put some fish. Oh, what was that?
That one did not like the way that line felt going across it.
Big old carp just jumped. Yeah. So we've had a great time here at Kentucky Lake today. It's been windy. The cold front tried to get us. We kept our head down, we grounded out, and we put them on the hook. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks, Jeremy. Enjoyed it, buddy.
What a day out on Kentucky Lake. You know, I cannot come to Marshall County without sliding on over to Land Between the Lakes and checking out the elk and bison prairie. They've got 700 acres here. They got 60 some head of elk and a little more than that on the bison. And the way I hear it, they've got some pretty good ones around here. Guys, make sure and tune in next week. We are gonna be heading to another brand new lake, and we're gonna go down there and catch some crappie. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you next time.
Day.